Welcome to TrekTrav, this is Trav, this is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, our new season, Season 2, Episode 1, The Broken Circle. Now if you haven't seen the episode, there will be spoilers, so go watch the episode. I don't do spoiler free on this channel. And welcome back, make sure to like and comment and subscribe, and tell me what you think about the episode. First things first, I was a little bit apprehensive. I was a little worried with the Anson Mount part at the beginning that we were going to go straight into the trial episode for Una. Mainly because I just don't think that's a really good first episode. But what we got was, I wondered why in the recap they sort of looked at Discovery and all of these different things happening. And what we have is a really interesting look at the aftermath of the Klingon War from Discovery. And it takes an interesting turn. They mentioned tension at the beginning, and I was like, oh, why is there tension? But why aren't they telling Enterprise? So we get some really good character beats. They go to rescue La'an. They steal the Enterprise. They go to this planet. They find out that there's some extremists who want the war because they can make more money. And they've got a Federation ship that they're going to use to attack the Klingons to restart the Klingon War. It's a really good premise because I think that we've had this in sort of real life. And we've had a really interesting look at sort of the things people did to win the war. We see that M'Benga and Chapel took some drugs to become super strong, which I think might help with getting Una off on the trial because that's genetic engineering, or at least something like that. It's a really interesting take on the Federation of War and how dark they really went. And we get to see that there's a couple of them that were in the war. Anson Mount's pretty much out the whole episode. Spock's dealing with the emotions of the previous season, and this episode's very focused around Vulcan and how Vulcan he is or isn't. And that's pretty much Spock's entire story anyway. The new engineer, and I don't know her name, because I'm not going to go look, because I think that you should know the name by the episode. I know that she's an alien that lives for thousands of years. I liked the actress. I think she was really good. Is she the same actress who played the grandma in the Addams Family? I'm pretty sure it's that woman. It was just a really, really... it was a bit of a slow build. The planet looked amazing. And the one thing about Strange New Worlds is when they do sort of planet areas, they look really good. I know it's that projector thing that they use in The Mandalorian, but it looked really good. I enjoyed seeing Captain April back. I think he's a really strong character, particularly in this episode. I think as an authority figure in this Strange New World, I think he's really good. I think Uhura stepped up. I think the one thing this show has above maybe Discovery in its first season and second season is that they can use the ensemble a bit better. I think Discovery, because they focus on Michael, it takes away from the others, where Strange New Worlds, the crew can hold their own episode, which is what they did here. It was literally their own sort of away from Pike and Una episode. Ethan Peck does some really good stuff as Spock, and we get some really great sort of emotion between them. We can see there's a tension between them, and they don't know how to handle it. Spock doesn't know how to handle that, and Chapel obviously knows that he's married. And I want to see that progress. I'm not sure about the relationship. I feel if you push it too far, then all of those long, full looks from Chapel in the original series seem a little bit like, you guys know each other like really well. Why aren't you interacting? But that's just me, and to be honest, the TOS is not my favourite show, so it doesn't really bother me. But I think that there's a problem with them pushing it a bit too far. In terms of Ortega's, love her. I'm waiting for her episode is what I'm doing. it's a really good start. We had a space battle where they destroy the Federation ship, and in front of the Klingons, and then Spock's drinking with the Klingons. Let's talk about the Klingons in this episode. These Klingons are clearly based on the TOS movie and TNG era Klingons. They still don't quite look right, and I wish they'd mixed them up a bit so we could see sort of maybe these Klingons are from different regions. And that's what I thought at the end when they said we don't want to fight this war on two fronts. I thought, oh, maybe there's two different segments of the Klingon Empire. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of their makeup, but it grew on me. It was a much more realistic option. I get that we had it explained in Enterprise and now it's sort of been taken away, but they haven't explained why they looked so alien in the beginning of Discovery. But if we keep explaining makeup and production team changes, I think it's a bit excessive. But otherwise, the episode had a really good tempo. The visuals were amazing. I am excited to see at the end they reveal that they might go to war with the Gorn, or they are at war with the Gorn. And we know that they're going to be the big bad. It was pretty clear from season 1 that the Gorn were going to be the big bad of Strange New Worlds. And I like that they set that up in the beginning with mentioning that there's tension among them and they don't know why. It was a really good opening episode for season 2. I think that we're probably in for some really good stuff this year, especially we're all waiting for that Lower Decks crossover episode. So tell me what you think. Leave it down in the comments. I will reply to these comments. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I've been TrekTrav. I will see you next week on Thursday in Australia, or I think it's Thursday very early in America. And make sure you have a great day.